Hey guys, what's up? How are you doing? I hope you're good. I hope you're great. I hope you're fantabulous. This is March Collabness. I didn't really say much about this coming up to this date, but you know, it's a surprise. Surprises are good, right? Right. So March Collabness, number one, has nothing to do with sports. I just thought it sounded cool. March Madness, March Collabness, you know, kind of corny sometimes, just sometimes. Anyway, it has nothing to do with sports. It was just a cool name. Basically what this is I wanted to do a collab series, and I kind of mentioned this in some previous videos and finally came around to doing it. So this is a collab series with 6 of my very favorite artists on YouTube. I'm not going to mention any names. You know who this one is with, obviously, because you're about to watch the video. But I'm not going to mention any of the others. They're going to be surprises. But it's 6 different people that I'm going to be collabing with. There's a new video every 4 days, starting today up until, I think, April 8th is the final video. So what we're going to be doing is each collab is going to be an interview slash prompt challenge type thing. So what you guys are going to be doing is listening in on a call that I have made with our first special guest. Drum roll, please. DeeDee Catron. Yes, yes, yes. I love her to death. I'm sure I've mentioned her multiple times in multiple videos, and she's just amazing. If you guys aren't following her already, what is wrong with your life? Get it together. But she's my first special guest, my first collab. So you guys are going to be listening in on a phone call that we had with each other, and she is going to be asking me some interview questions and then giving me 5 prompts to use in this art piece, okay? And then the link below will be to DeeDee's channel where the tables are turned, and then I'm asking her questions and I'm giving her prompts and telling her what to do. So it's going to be fun. I hope this is going to be something you guys enjoy. Get ready. Every 4 days, a new video. It's going to be so fun. I just said it was going to be fun. Samantha, calm down. Okay, so what I'm going to do is shut up. I'm going to play the call. That'll be the voiceover. And then what I'm going to do in the end is I'm going to talk about the piece, let you guys know how my 5 prompts fit into my piece. So stick around to the end so that you can get all those details. I'll really quickly go through my 5 prompts that DeeDee has given me. Number 1, I need to use some influence from my art name, Kiss My Creative, somewhere in my piece. Number 2, this is no black fine liner. You guys know me and how I love to doodle, and I can't use a fine liner. Thanks, DeeDee. But that's okay, because I've thought of a whole different type of style here where the fine liner is not involved. So I shall prevail. Number 3 is to use something another artist made by hand, which is so cool. And I do have something that another artist made and they sent me, and again I will explain all of that at the end of the video, so stick around. Number 4, use tracing paper. So I have my tracing paper pad here. I pretty much know already what I'm going to do with it. And number 5, which is so sweet, was to use inspiration from my mom. So again, guys, wait till the end, because it's going to be so cool to find out how I've incorporated inspiration from my mom in this piece, okay? Now, I will give you a disclaimer. There might be some paint on my hands, or maybe I wash it all off, who knows. I already made a page, and I hated it. And it really was just a super fail. I didn't even want to leave it in. I usually leave a lot of fails in, but this time I was like, So yeah, I'm behind in time, and I'm just going to go for it. This is a whole new inspiration. I left the other idea in the trash. It is gone. And actually, this style of what I'm going to do today is inspired by DeeDee. So, yeah, let me shut up. I said I was going to shut up like a fulfillion minutes ago. And let's get started. All right. Hope you enjoy.
This is Sam. Say hi, Sam.
Hi, everybody. How you doing? I'm so excited for this. Thank you, DeeDee, for joining me in March Collabness. And I hope I'm ready for these questions and prompts.
You are. You totally are. You got this. You're a mixed media boss.
Yes.
All right. So my first question centers around the fact that you have an artist name. I've always been interested to know, one, how you chose your name, and two, maybe why you chose an artist name versus like your given first and last name.
Okay, good question. So the artist name, I can't even fully explain why I came up with Kiss My Creative. It doesn't have a specific meaning behind it, but I think what it was is I just wanted something just fun and different. So, for example, prior to having Kiss My Creative as my art channel on YouTube, I actually did nails, so like nail art and acrylics. And
Oh,
yes, and I had a channel, well, it's still up, but don't look at it. It's old. But I had a channel called, and my name there was Talk to the Hand Nails because I thought it was cool and funky, talk to the hand, you know? So when I came up with art, I didn't want to use my name because I just don't feel like I have a cool name.
sure.
Basically, my last name is Elaine, which is very hard to pronounce when you see the spelling. You know
Okay.
about that,
I do.
right? So Samantha Elaine just, I don't know, it sounded odd to me, I guess. And so
Okay.
I thought, okay, I have Talk to the Hand. Let me think of something cool for art. And I don't know why, but Kiss My Creative came into my head.
Oh, it's super cute and it's really memorable. It's not forgettable at all. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. It's funny that you even asked that because I was actually thinking of doing a website and wasn't sure if it should be Kiss My Creative or something else. But most people were actually saying to keep it at Kiss My Creative. So I think I'll probably do that.
It should definitely be Kiss My Creative. Absolutely. So, okay, so your first prompt then is to, are you ready? You have a pen?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Are you nervous? Okay. So your first prompt is to use your name in your art piece somehow. So the term Kiss My Creative, you can take that from there and be inspired by it in any way, but you have to use that name in your art piece. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes, I can do
Okay.
that.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So far, so good.
It's so funny. Okay. So my second question to you is
Okay.
if you had to work with only one medium for the rest of your artsy career, one, I know you were so sweet and you gave me three, but I'm gonna give you just one. One medium forever for the rest of your art career, what would it be?
One medium.
I know, right?
Girl.
I know.
Okay.
I'm so
I'm
sorry.
standing here looking at all my art supplies.
I don't know. How do you limit it down to just one forever if you could never touch any other art supply that, well, and let's say that was like pre-purchase. Like you could make art supplies, but if you could only
Right.
have like one thing that you bought at the store.
One main thing that I buy. I
Mm-hmm.
say, oh, jeez. I think, oh, just one, DeeDee? Okay,
I,
okay, okay.
and you have
I
to be like, you have to be diplomatic about this because I'm going to turn this into your next prompt somehow. So like it can go either way. Oh, I'm
okay,
so
so okay, so I have to think of something that I couldn't create myself.
Okay.
and I would have to buy it in the store.
Okay.
So I think it would have to be a fine liner, like a black fine liner pen.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay.
Because I love to doodle, and I can, I can't do without a pen, and I can't make a pen. So
Okay.
I think that's
Okay. So if we're not friends after this anymore, I'll totally understand. Okay.
okay. Okay.
So prompt number 2 is that you have to not use a pen.
Ah, I should have known. I should have known after our interview.
I know, I'm really sorry. Yes. No, you can't use any fine line pens.
No fine liner pen. Okay, you know what? I can work with that.
Okay.
I can work with that.
All right. All right.
Okay. Okay. I think I'm still good. I don't hate you yet.
Okay. Good. I like that. Good. Okay. So my third question for you is, have you ever thought about having a product line based on your artwork?
Yes.
Oh, hell.
Absolutely. Yes. And I've kind of sort of spoken a little bit about starting certain products, but mostly like stickers and die cuts and that kind of stuff first. But
Okay.
yeah, like I would love to come out with like products, and I don't know if I would go the whole route of like coming out with my own, paints and gessos and that kind of stuff. But as far as die cuts and, maybe stickers and tissue and washi and that kind of stuff you could use in your art as extras, I definitely have plans to get there for sure. I don't know
That's
when
awesome.
it'll happen, but I definitely want to do it.
Okay. All right.
And that's
So,
mostly because I like to do it for myself. Like, as you see, I use a lot of tissues and, extras, and I cut out my stuff and I make, die cuts and digi stamps because I like to use them. And so I just figure if I like it so much, someone else must like it too. So why not share it with everyone, right?
absolutely true. If you like it, someone else likes it too.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So my third prompt for you is to use a product. How do I put this? Let's see. Is to use a product by another designer that is
Okay.
not necessarily like it should. I want it to be more homemade, like you were saying, like washi tapes, and like you've made die cuts and stickers based on like some of your drawings and stuff. Like don't pick like Ranger or like Prima. Do you see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Right. So
More of
use can I use something that another artist online made and sent to me to use
yeah,
as something in my art?
absolutely.
Okay, I could do that.
Okay. All
So
right.
use product that was made by someone else, basically.
Yes, that's exactly it. Something that was made by someone else, even if it's, like, even if they're printing their own stickers and then like using their silhouette to cut them out and then sell them, like that would totally qualify. But not something you can buy like at Michael's or Joanne or Hobby Lobby.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Can I use something that the people that sent it to me don't even have for sale online? They just created. Okay, okay, I
Absolutely.
got it. I got you.
All right. So that was, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Number 4, I would like to know about your earliest artsy memory.
Arts in general or mixed media?
No, arts in general. I am such an advocate for all art and artistry, like soap makers and furniture makers and like knitters and just whatever earliest art memory you have.
Okay, so I'm kind of like you, although not as deep. So I do recall when I was very young, my first love was drawing. But I couldn't draw off the top of my head. And to this day, I still can't draw something off that. So if you say to me, Sam, draw a horse, the horse is going to look like a piece of potato. Like it's not going to look like a horse because for some reason I can't come up with these images in my mind. However, I remember as a young child that I could look at things like I used to have a lot of books. And so I would look at the covers of the books I was reading and just draw what I saw on the cover. So I'm basically, replicating what I'm seeing. And I'm able to look at something and draw it very, very similar, but not from my head. So drawing was like my first passion when it came to arts.
Sure.
And then I found that as I got a little older and I was in like high school, I kind of wasn't really interested in as much in the arts, I guess because I was too busy running around acting a fool. Then I came back into the arts with graphic design, which I think you mentioned that you used to do too.
Yes.
And I was doing graphic design for a while. I used to make like mock album covers and stuff just as a hobby on my computer.
That's
And
so
then I started, yeah, it was so fun to me. And I learned Photoshop on my own and I started working with people doing like flyers and business cards and posters and stuff like that. And after that, I was working with, in those kind of fields, you're taking other people's vision and creating
right.
what they need. And I learned through that, even when I did the nails, like I mentioned earlier, I learned through those two types of art and creativity, avenues that I'm not the best when I'm doing what other people want. So I want to use my vision. And so I would try to use my vision for the graphic arts and find that they're like, no, 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 we don't like that. We want this. And so it wasn't fun for me anymore.
Okay.
And yeah, and so I got out of that and then I tried the nails. And again, I enjoyed doing art on nails, but I didn't actually enjoy doing nails. And then I got into mixed media. And it's funny, the way I found out about mixed media started with a book called Wreck This Journal. Have you heard of that?
Yes, I have.
Yes. So I came across a YouTube video with Wreck This Journal and I thought, wow, this is cool. And the girl was doing so many different types of art in her journal. She was very artistic with it. And
Sure.
YouTube is like a rabbit hole. So
Oh,
after watching some Wreck This Journal videos, I came across a YouTuber, Vicky. Unfortunately, I can't pronounce her last name. Papignon, I think.
yeah, clips and
Vicky.
cuts.
Yes. So I came across her and her mixed media, and I fell in love. I just thought, oh my gosh, I could take tape and tissue and paper and paint, glue, and all this stuff all together. And
Awesome.
like you said, I never turned back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for sharing that. So your fourth prompt, because like it kind of just like popped into my head when you were talking about how you could draw from a reference, but not necessarily from what was on your brain. I want you to use tracing paper.
Okay.
Yeah, right? Like not tissue paper, but tracing paper specifically. Do you have some? I don't mean to make you go buy something.
No, I do have tracing paper.
Okay, great. Yeah, I want you to use tracing paper in your project.
Okay, I will do that.
It's getting kind of weird here. Sorry about that.
It is. So, okay, let me clarify.
Okay.
So, can I use it any way I want, or do you want me to actually use it to trace something and use like my drawing roots?
No, use it any way you want.
Any way I want. Okay.
Yeah.
Tracing paper. I didn't expect that one.
Yeah. I didn't either. I would totally base it off of your earliest artsy memory.
I love it. I love it. I'm excited. I'm getting excited.
I know it's so fun to have prompts from someone else too, because they're just going to be so different. It's really
Right?
exciting.
It is. It is. I can't wait.
You ready for number 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I wrote this question down first, and after having already chatted with you for a while, I pretty much already know how this will go, but that's okay because I still want to answer it or ask it.
Okay.
How does your art differ from your everyday life, whether it's family or work or, you know, household chores? How does that differ from your artwork?
There's a major difference.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah, it's like night and day. My job is not creative whatsoever. It's a 9 to 5. I work in a communications company. So it's,
Oh.
yeah, it's not the best. I mean, it's a job. I am happy I have one. But yeah,
Pays
it's
the bills.
a totally different thing. Like I can't be creative at work. I don't even have the time to pull out a pad and, sketch while I'm working. So the
Right.
9 to 5 is massively different than my art side for sure. And unfortunately, a lot of times gets in the way of my creativity, because they don't go hand in hand at all. I can't like go to work and get some inspiration and come home and use it in my art. You know what
Right.
I mean? Unless I'm putting a bunch of swear words on my art journal. So, I mean, that differs. As far as like family life, I have gotten most of my creativity from my mom, who's very creative. So, in my family life, there's a lot of creativity there to balance with my art, but work art balance, there's none there. There's no similarities between my work and my art.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, I'm telling you. And it's funny because it's like a lot of people that I watch online, like yourself, your art is career, right? And I always wonder how many people that I watch are like me that have these, unrelated 9 to 5s. And I've chatted with a few people and found out that some of them do. And it's like, it's a struggle, it's
Right.
definitely a struggle. But it's worth it. I do hope, like I said before, to one day make art my career
Yeah.
and finally get out of the 9 to 5. I am not in my early 30s anymore. I'm like a decade past you.
Well, I
So it's just that
remember.
time.
Yeah, I remember when I first started really getting into the like online crafting slash art, slash mixed media community. And
Yeah.
I would say, oh no, I'm in my early 20s, and people would say, oh, you're so young. And then now all of a sudden I have to say early 30s. And it's still young to a lot of people who are in our industry. But just me knowing that 10 years has passed, sometimes I'm like, good God, get your poop in a group here. Like,
And you're pooping a group.
10 years has
It's
gone.
so true. It's so true. And imagine me 10 more years later. But
Yes.
I started late as well, right? Like my YouTube channel was it 3 years or four? I think my 4 year anniversary came up not too long ago. So
Nice.
I feel like I'm still fresh enough,
Yeah.
but yeah, time's a ticking.
I'm
So I feel
always
like this year, 2019, hopefully is going to be my year to really get pushing and see where it goes.
Well, I need to give you your fifth prompt real quick, and then there's just one thing I want to say. My fifth prompt to you, based on your answer to the question, is I would like to see in your project some inspiration from your mama.
Oh, okay. It's
Pick
so
and choose. Yeah, you pick and choose however that works. Whatever, I being really open and broad, that's totally up to you. Just somehow be inspired by your mom.
aw, I could definitely do that.
Good, good. And then the one thing that I really wanted to say, well, I want to say thank you so much. I'm just as inspired by you as you are by me. Like, no kidding, not lying, nothing. It's the truth. And the thing that I'm inspired most by you is like your cohesiveness. How just like I don't you have this brand that I'm not sure if you're aware that you have, and it's beautiful and it's inviting and it's intriguing and it's not overworked. I find that we have sort of similar tastes when it comes to like stopping before it's too much.
Right, right. Yep.
And like your whole brand is very inspiring, and I know that making a career out of art is very close for you,
Aw,
and I
me
am
cry.
here. I am here should you need someone to bounce ideas off of.
Aw, I really appreciate that, DeeDee. Thank you so much. And honestly, I'm only now starting to kind of see that I have somewhat of a style, because to be honest, I never really thought I did. But I guess hearing from other people that say, "Oh, I saw this and I recognize it was from you automatically," I guess I do have a little bit of a style and a brand.
You totally do.
I thank you so much, DeeDee. That's so sweet of you. That is so sweet of you. And trust and believe, I will be knocking on your Instagram door or your Skype door
You got
for
it.
also. But yeah, you definitely inspire me for sure.
Well, thank you.
And thank you so much again, DeeDee, for doing this with me.
Of course. I'm so excited, and so at this point your project is beautiful.
Yes, isn't it lovely, guys? Don't you love what you're seeing? Look at the mess I made. Look at the mom inspiration.
All right. Thanks for inviting me, Sam. I'm really honored to be here, and I'm super honored to be the first one, and hopefully we worked out some kinks for you.
Yes, thank you so much, DeeDee. Thank you. And everyone watching DeeDee's channel right now. No, wait, are we watching my channel right now?
I don't know if we're going to post
So
them,
we're
but
watching my channel right now.
what Sam is
I don't.
getting at, yes, that's right. We're on your channel because it's your video, my interview. But what Sam's getting at is check out all the links and see all the videos, because there's one on both of our channels and they're both awesome.
Yes, that's what I'm getting at. You guys get it. Okay, so I guess that's it. Thank you again, DeeDee. I love you so much.
I'll talk to you soon. Bye, Sam. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, guys, this is it. This is it. This is my second attempt at doing a page. If I was to show you the first page, you would you would see the major. You know what? Let me just show it to you. Before I get into explaining this one, this this was my first page. Look at the difference. This was my first page. I had this little cluster with the leaf on it right here, but this just was too busy for me. It's too much going on. I can't put my eye anywhere, and I just had to trash it. I started here, trashed that, went here, trashed that, and then decided, you know what would DeeDee do? So you see, my first collab with DeeDee helped get out of my funk that I had with the first page. I almost gave up and was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And then I just thought about DeeDee. I took a look at some of her pieces, and I absolutely love her style, as I said in the beginning, and a lot of the stuff she does I love to do myself. So I just kind of went a little crazy here with the fabrics and materials. So this is a canvas sheet. I love this canvas pad. Check it out if you can. They're so cool. This is inspired by DeeDee. She's used like sticks. I didn't have a stick, so I used a straw, which is fine. Use what you have. The metal that I wrapped around it, I probably did in the most difficult possible way you could ever do it. But, you know, it was a little soothing, to be honest. It was like meditating while I was doing that. I don't know why. It looked difficult and crazy while I was doing it on camera, but it was nice. So this is kind of inspired by DeeDee's like style of where she would put like a stick and then wrap it around. And here I just did a couple little clusters to match the main one, and decided to use the tracing. Oh, let me go through the prompts so I can explain it while I'm going. So the first prompt was to use influence from Kiss My Creative. So if you haven't guessed, it's the lips. These lips are gold embossed on deli paper. You could see the shine. And actually, this is 2 prompts mixed into one. So this is to represent Kiss My Creative, and it is also prompt number 3, use something another artist handmade. This is from Jackie, Creations by J. Sherry. I'll link her below. She sent me some Happy Mail one time with like a whole bunch of tissue. This is a bunch of it right here. And these are all like hand stamped, and she did some patterns. She has ones that she made. Where are they? Oh, here. She has ones that she made with stamps that she carved herself. So all of these here are hand carved stamps that she did. And then there's different styles. She did on deli paper, she did on tissue. I have a whole bunch more. Some are gold embossed, some are shiny, some are on deli paper. That was like one of the best Happy Mails ever. I even have a video opening it. I was going wild. So the lips was one of the ones that she sent me. So that knocked down 2 prompts with 1 stone. And then the no black fine liners, as you see, didn't use any fine liners. In this type of style where it's like all grungy with the whole fabric thing going on, I figured it wouldn't really go anyway, so that worked. Use tracing paper, that's what these are. I decided to just make some pockets where I can pull out the little clusters of paper and stick them in there. And then use inspiration from my mom. So guys, can you guess what inspiration is from my mom here? What, that wasn't a proper sentence, but you know what I mean. Can you guess where I Can you guess where I pulled the inspiration from? Probably not. Let me just tell you. This cluster. So this cluster up until this little piece, you saw it as I was putting it together, but this cluster of papers with the wooden leaf, my mom made it. She makes these clustered paper embellishments. She's made journals. She's made stuff. I think I mentioned it in a video in the past that I'm going to start showing off her journals and stuff like that so that you guys could head over to her Etsy, which isn't set up yet, but it will be, and buy some of her embellishments and stuff. They're so cute. So that's the inspiration from my mom. I literally decided to use her art in my art, and it's the first time I've ever done that. It's so special to me, and I hope you like it, Mom. I know you're watching. So I made it the star of the page and just kind of went with the rest. So those were the 5 prompts, and then the whole inspiration in general is inspired by DeeDee in regards to like the fabric and, you know, putting this kind of wiring on here and just messy stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed. DeeDee, I hope you love it. I hope I did your prompts justice. And that, you know, you enjoyed everything, and thank you so much again for doing this with me. Guys, stay tuned for the next video coming on the 23rd with another special guest. I can't wait. Okay, that's it. I am done blabbering. I will see you soon. Bye.